Hmm. Seasons, huh? Seasons is the question. But the question is more so, why is the equator so hot? The equator is hot almost year round. Remember that the equator is the central line of our globe. It's the middle. It's the middle part, right there, the central line. We are in North Carolina, which is about there-ish, and we're pretty close to the equator. Very close. And it's usually pretty hot for us. We don't really have a full-scale winter, but that's because we're so close to the equator. What is it about this equator that's making everything so hot? Well, it actually has to do with the Earth. Think about if my globes, we'll put a globe right here. And think about I'm the sun. I'm the sun, I'm shining down on the globe. Look at the way the sun's rays are hitting the globe. Let's track it down. I'm going to get out my meter stick here. I'm the sun. Remember, I'm the sun. If these are my sun's rays, they're going to hit that center part of the globe. I'm hitting those rays very quickly. Well, look, because it's tilted towards me. It's tilted towards me, so of course I'm going to hit it first. It's the closest. It's the closest thing these sun's rays can hit. But then look at the North Pole. The North Pole is way up here. Look at the sun's rays. The meter stick can basically touch at this point, but to go up to the North Pole, I'm going to have to go a lot farther. Do you see that? Look how I'm going a lot farther in order to get up to that North Pole. Because the sun's rays are taking a lot longer in order to get there, that's why they're going to be colder. They're not going to be as powerful, which is why the equator is hotter, because the sun's rays are hitting it at a quicker rate. Interesting. And this also has to do with the tilt, because regardless of how I spin, the sun's rays are always hitting the center part the quickest. A good way to do this is you can test it also with your body. Stand up straight and stand tall and pretend that one of your sides is the sun. And now tilt your body towards the sun. Now what's going to be hit first, your head or your feet? Well, your head, because your head's closer to it. But when the sun rotates around and your sun's here, now what's going to be hit first, your body or your head? Well, your body, because your head's tilted away, so it's going to take longer to get there. When that tilt happens, like where we are, when we're tilted away from it, that's the winter, because the sun's not hitting us. But when we're tilted towards it, the sun hits us quicker, which is why we have summer. So when we're tilted away, it's cold. When we're tilted close, it's warm. But for the equator doesn't really get impacted by the tilt as much. It's almost always in the tilt direction where the sun can quickly and easily hit it, which is why they really don't have seasons. They only have very few seasons because the sun's always hitting it quickly. They're pretty much always having summer, whereas the North and South Pole, they're almost always in winter. And that is why the equator is always hot.